All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube, Pastor Dowell. I quite often forget, and I'm going to try to make sure I remember this time. Listen, if you want to know more content, especially where I get more on a personal level and I have a whole lot more liberty and freedom concerning freedom of speech, you may want to consider coming over to my Patreon channel. Usually in the link or the description box, I usually put in my information, and you can choose to go over there to sign up if you want to. But we're on Patreon, and we're doing well. Also, if you like my videos, please subscribe to them and hit the like button. I don't understand algorithms. I don't know what they mean. I don't understand them, but apparently that's what all my advisors continually keep telling me. So if you like the videos, like them. Well over 50% of you that watch this channel are not even subscribed. I don't know what that is. Hey, whatever. All right, so where are we at today? This is where we at today. We live in a world where people are trying to remain in a state of tranquility. And I want to say that because it's the best way, or the best words that I can use, or choice of words or phrases I can use to better describe what I'm speaking about. People want some type of utopia. They want to maintain a state of tranquility in their lives, and they want to do this without change. People are literally, truly unwilling to learn, unwilling to change, and unwilling to discover new things that's going to challenge their social paradigm. It's going to challenge their belief systems. They don't want to explore that because you have to understand, change is inevitably good, but it's also painful, because if you change, there's probably a lot of people that's going to be, well, no doubt is going to be unwilling to change with you. Of course, with that comes a new set of friends, a new set of colleagues, a new set of family, a new set of everything, because some people are just comfortable where they're at and they don't want anything new introduced to them. It doesn't make any difference to them whatsoever at all how truthful the things that you've learned and you've come to is. I personally never lead in my videos, and I never, ever try to give you my own idolatrous opinion about anything, if I can use that phrase, and be pure. I try to always lead, whether you understand it or not, because I'm not quoting chapter and verse. I always lead with biblical principles, and what that does with me is that allows me to be able to test those in the comments and test those who have the ears to hear, if they have the spirit of truth or not. Everybody don't have the spirit of truth, and a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, and a lot of fussing is going on today is simply because people are unwilling to actually change. They're unwilling to challenge what they believe, to see if it's right or wrong. They're unwilling to investigate what they say they represent and who they are. And of course, you're not ever going to do anything about those types of people. But I will tell you this: when someone is unwilling to change, especially if they're are believing lies and not trying to develop themselves and go on and further themselves for the benefit not only of them or their family, your best course of action is to actually separate and get away from those people, because they've come to learn and come to accept that just existing is good enough for them. Now, existing may be good enough for them, may be good enough for some of the people that they hang around, but it may not be good enough for you. Because if you're going to advance in life, you have to continually keep evolving. I personally am socially disenfranchised from this world. I'm set apart. I really, truly am, and glad that I am. I saw a very disheartening thing again this morning, and it's hard for me to even have remorse. It's hard for me to even have feelings. it's hard for me to I don't know really how to say this, because you've all heard me make videos about Chicago, Illinois. And this morning I posted also on my Patreon account a disheartening video of a 4-month-old girl gets hit in the head by a stray bullet. Miraculously, she lives. The bullet is still lodged in her head, and it has not caused any brain damage. But to think that bullets are flying all over the place like that in Chicago. Now, I realize I digress in this video, but I needed to, because it's in my mind. It's better for me to talk about this right now. I think I'm going to tie this 2 parts of this video. But anyway, it's kind of hard to get the rest of the world to believe that Black Lives Matter when you continually have black people killing each other at a disproportionate rate. I mean, I woke up this morning, 9 more people died in Chicago. And then somebody, I often tell people, get out. And then some people say it's easier said than done. I said, no, it ain't either. You can get out. I'll give you an example. I'm going to show you how motivated you are and how much excuses people come with. And I'm just using Chicago as an example. If you really want lasting change, you really want to change. And this woman stated after her child got hit with a bullet, she's out of Chicago and leaving today. See, but why wait till something tragic happens to one of your siblings or your little ones before you make that decision, when you know that Chicago is a democratically led city? It's a very toxic environment. You don't want your children to be in there, because you never know when you'll just be sitting there in the city and catch a stray bullet. I myself, for one, try to always avoid, literally I always try to avoid Illinois in every way, shape, fashion, and form, because I believe it's a communist Chinese state. That's my own personal opinion. That's just what I believe what it is. And I am not going to expose myself to that type of corruption and that type of mindset, to where they can't even, it's a state that has the most stringent gun laws on the books, and yet they can't even keep the guns out of this democratically run state. And it has the highest murder per capita in the United States of America, with stringent gun laws, showing you that laws don't matter. But if you really want to get out, it's easy. I guarantee you that if a 12 on the Richter scale earthquake was coming and it was going to shake for an hour, you get out. I guarantee you that if flooding was coming, I guarantee you get out. I guarantee you that if, and I'm throwing hypotheticals out there to try to cover all geographical locations, I guarantee you if there was a tsunami or a typhoon or a hurricane or something like that, it was going to come through and for sure it was going to wipe out your neighborhood, I guarantee you get out. If there was some massive tornado come through and just going to level the city, I guarantee you get out. See, in other words, most of us, we got to be pushed before we actually can get out. And we have all types of excuses in the world to tell everybody the reason why we can't get out. But most of us simply got to be pushed. Simply has to be pushed before we can actually be motivated to move. And if a stray bullet hitting one of your loved ones or hitting your children, if that's the only thing that's going to cause you to actually make a move, to get out of that city, then you have some problems. You have some serious problems and there's some serious concerns about you and the way that you process thought. But anyway, going back and digressing to the first part of this video right here, I'll tell you what. If you're going to continue to keep living your life with an unwillingness to learn and an unwillingness to discover anything, realize that you're in a box. And inside that box, don't think that you are the epitome of all righteousness and the sum of all wisdom. When you refuse to challenge your social paradigm. That's the reason why I constantly openly challenge Christian preachers to debates on many, many subjects. And the silence is deafening. They dare not. Now, they're willing to speak behind the scenes, tongue in cheek about me. about my lifestyle amongst them in their own circles, but they're too cowardly to actually come out face to face and say all that to their face. And they definitely are too cowardly to expose truth to the congregation or expose truth to their people, because, you know, there will be a few people say, I realize that when I go places that everybody doesn't have the spirit of truth, and everybody's not going to operate after the spirit of truth. And I just got finished proving that when I went up to go type in Pastor Dowell versus Ron Young. I've debated them on Christmas and Easter. And you watch and see how many of those mind-numb Christians decide to be comfortable and stay there, even after I exposed all that truth. It didn't affect them at all. And I wasn't under no illusion at all. I just wanted to use the debate to show y'all how much of liars that Christian theologians are. And some of them, in my personal opinion, are so much of buffoons. I'm marveled that they even have a degree. I really truly am, to keep people dumbed down to an unprecedented level. The dumbness and the mind numbness and the stupidity and the hatred for truth is just really unbelievable to me. It really truly is. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And they do it without blinking an eye. Love lies. But go check that out and you'll see what I mean, and a perfect example of what the spirit of truth is all about. Hope y'all have a wonderful day.